Hi everyone, my name is Tanga Mary Zulu from 10M1. I will be presenting to you an additional math question on simultaneous equation with three variables using substitution method. So here I have my first equation and my second equation, which is here, and my third one. So as for me, I'm going to get my second equation and make y the subject of the formula. So here I'm going to get 3x minus 2z. The 4 is going to cross the equal sign, which is going to be negative 4. Equal to, this negative y is going to cross the equal sign, it's going to be positive, which is going to be y. Then here I'm going to get my first equation and substitute where there is y. I'm going to put this equation right here. So here I have my y and here I have my equation. So here I'm going to get this equation and place it where y was. After this, I'm going to multiply with 3 with everything which is in the brackets. 3 times 3x, which is going to give me 9x. Then 3 times 2z, which is going to give me negative 6z. Then here I have 3 times negative 4, which is going to give me negative 12. Minus the 4z, which is right here, and the 1, which is this side. After this, I'm going to collect the like terms. Here I have my negative 12, so it's going to cross the equal sign, which is going to be positive 12. When we add 2x plus 9x, which is going to give me 11x. And then when I do negative 6z minus 4z, which is going to give me negative 10z. Equal to, when I do 1 plus 12, which is going to give me 13. So after this is going to be our first equation and we are going to name it as A. Then I'm going to get my third equation, which is right there, and I'm going to substitute where there is y. I'm going to put this equation, which is right here, which is going to be 4x minus z, open brackets. I'm going to get that equation, which is right there, and put it right here. Our third equation, which is here, and substitute where there is y. We're going to put this equation, which is right here. So here we're going to do 4x. So we're going to do negative 7 times 3x, which is going to give us negative 21x. Then here we're going to do negative 7 times negative 2z, which is going to give us positive 14z. And negative 7 times negative 4, which is going to give us positive 28. Minus 6z, which is equal to negative 7. So here, after this, we're going to get the like terms, which is 4x minus 21x plus 14z, minus 6z, which is equal to negative 7. Then here we're going to get positive 28. When it crosses the equal sign, it's going to be negative 28. So here, when we do the thing, it's going to be, when we add when we subtract 4x minus 21x, it's going to give us negative 17x. Then here when we do 14z minus 6z, which is going to give us positive 8z, which is equal to, here when we do negative 7 minus 28, which is going to give us negative 35. Then this equation, we are going to name it as B. Then after this, we are going to get our A, and this equation which we named A, and this equation which we named B, and put them together, which is going to be 11x minus 10z, which is equal to 13. This is our A. And here we are going to get our B, which is negative 7x plus 8z, which is equal to negative 35, which is our B. After this, we are going to multiply 8 with the first equation and 10 with the second equation. After we do this, we are going to say 8 times 11x, which is going to give us 88x. Then 8 times negative 10z, which is going to give us negative 80z, which is equal to, but then when we do 8 times 13, which is going to give us 104. Then after this, again, we're going to do the same thing, which is 10 multiplied by negative 17x, which is going to give us negative 170x. After this, we're going to get 10 times 8z, which is going to give us positive 80z, which is equal to 10 times negative 35, which is going to give us negative 360. After this, since we have seen that
negative 350.
Yes.
You said 360.
Negative 350. After this, since we have seen that these they are the same, we're just going to cancel them, and then we're going to get this and this. After this, we are going to add. When we do 88 minus 170, we are on this part, which is going to be 88x, which is equal to 104. Then negative 170x, which is equal to negative 350. Then after this, we are going to add. So when we add this and that, which is going to give us negative 82x, which is equal to, then here when we add 104 plus negative 350, which is going to give us negative 246. Then here we're going to divide both sides by negative 82. We cancel there, there and there. So here we're going to have x, it's equal to 3. Now for us to find the value of z, we're going to get this equation, which is right here, which is going to be 11x minus 10z, which is equal to 13. So here where there is x, since we have found the value of x, which is 3, so where there is x, we are going to place 3, or we are going to substitute 3. So here when we do 11 times 3, which is going to give us 33. 33 minus 10z, which is equal to 13. Then here we are going to get the like terms, which is negative 10z, which is equal to 13. So here when 33 crosses the equal sign, it's going to be negative 33, which is going to give us negative 10z, which is equal to, here when we subtract 13 minus 33, which is going to give us negative 20. Because here we are subtracting a smaller number from a bigger number. After this, we're going to have negative 10z, which is equal to, then we're going to subtract a smaller number from a bigger number, which is 13 minus 33, which is going to give us negative 20. Then we're going to divide both sides by negative 10. After this, we're going to cancel there and there, there and there. So z is going to be, z is equal to 2. Then here for us to find the value of y, since in this equation and in that equation we don't have y, so we are going to get our first equation, which is this one. But if you want, you can get any of the equations here, but as for me, I'm going to get the first equation. So after this, for us to find the value of y, we're going to get the first equation. But if you want, you can get any of the equations above, but as for me, I'm going to get the first equation, which is 2x plus 3y minus 4z, which is equal to 1. So here, where there is x, I'm going to substitute with 3 plus 3y. Since here we have not yet found the value of y, that's what we are looking for here. So here we're going to say negative 4. Since here we have already found the value of what's this, z, so it's going to give us 2, which is 2 here, since we have already found the value of what's this, of z. After this, we're going to multiply with everything, with this one and that one, which is going to give us 6 plus 3y minus x there, which is equal to 1. After this, we're going to get the like terms, which is 3y equal to 1. When 8 crosses the equal sign, it's going to be plus 8. Then when 6 crosses the equal sign, it's going to give us negative 6. So here we're going to have 3y, which is equal to, here when we say 1 plus 8, it's going to give us 9. Then 9 minus 6, which is going to give us 3. So here we're going to divide both sides by 3 for us to find what is the value of y. So there we're going to cancel there and there, there and there. So here we're going to have y is equals to 1. Therefore, our values which were found, x is equals to 3, comma, z is equal to 2, and y is equal to 1. So for us to prove whether our answers are correct or not, we're going to substitute with the values which are here. So here I'm going to get my first equation, which is 2x plus 3y minus 4z, which is equal to 1. So here, since we found the value of x as 3, we're going to substitute here, plus 3. Since y we found that it's 1, we're going to substitute with 1, minus 4. And our z we found that it's 2, so here we're going to substitute with 2, which is equal to 1. So here when we do 2 multiplied by 3, which is going to give us 6 plus 3 minus, when we do negative 4 times 2, which is going to give us negative 8, which is equal to 1. So here when we do everything, we're going to get 6 plus 3 minus 8, which is equal to 1. So here we're going to do 6 plus 3, which is going to give us 9 minus 8, which is equal to 1. Then here when we subtract, which is 9 minus 8, which is going to give us 1, which is equal to 1. So here, therefore, the values which were found, they are correct. Thank you so much for attention. Hope you liked my presentation. For more of this, please remember to click on the subscription button. Bye.